Sorry guys, the lighting in this video is going to be all wonky because it's a cloudy, snowy day here in Northern Ontario, and this is just what we're going to have to deal with. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I know it's been a little while since my last video. I've been busy with being back to work and all, and I have some big important news to share with you guys. I am actually pregnant. Yeah, so I'm 13 weeks and 2 days and I'm feeling pretty good. Just dealing with a lot of exhaustion and headaches lately, some nausea, but I'll get more into that type of stuff in a little bit. First, I just wanted to tell you guys how we found out that we were pregnant. No, we weren't trying, it just happened. And I know people are like, well, how aren't you trying? Yes, we were playing with fire, but we weren't trying. And the day I found out, I was shocked, and Jordan was shocked. It was just a regular day. I wasn't back to work yet, and I was just hanging out with Ben one morning, and the night before, this was a Monday, the night before was a Sunday, and I just had the weirdest feeling. When you know, girls, you know. And I just had the weirdest feeling that I was. So the next day, I didn't think anything of it at all. So I wasn't even thinking anything of it when I woke up. It wasn't on my mind. I was too busy and I didn't think of it. And then so just later on in the day, I think it was like late morning, I was like, oh yeah, I remember that feeling. So I went and took a test, and the faintest line started showing up, and I was in disbelief. I was like, no, that's not a line. And sure enough, it appeared a little bit darker, and it still stayed pretty faint. So that day, Ben and I went to go visit my grandma around lunchtime, so we did that, and then afterwards I stopped at the store and I grabbed some more tests. I grabbed the clear blue test, and those came up positive, and the digital test I took came up 1 to 2 weeks pregnant, and I was like in shock. I was like, I can't believe this is happening right now. I picked up Ben and I hugged him. I wasn't crying or anything. I was like, you're gonna be a big brother, you know, typical kind of stuff, and I was just in shock. And then so once Jordan came home, we ate dinner, he showered, and I was like, okay, how am I gonna tell him? So what I did was I put the pregnancy test in his sock drawer. So once he went in there to get his stuff, he would see the test. And when he looked in the drawer, he literally looked at me, shut the drawer, and was like, you're joking. It's a joke. And I was like, no, that's not a joke. And he was like in such shock. So that is how we found out. Since then, we are overjoyed and very excited. Ben is going to be a big brother to either a little sister or a little brother. We aren't sure yet, and we will find out. I'm dying to know. A few of our family members seem to think that we're having a girl, which would be the $1 million family, as people call it. 1 boy, 1 girl. We'll see. I'm fine either way. I think if we have a boy, it'll be Ben and him, and they'll be just best friends. Regardless, I think they'll be really close because they're so close in age. I'm going to have 2 under 2, so that'll be interesting. I hear it's going to be very hard at first, but then once they get older, it'll just be a lot of fun. So yeah, that's the big news. We are expecting, my due date is July 4th. We will see. We probably will have a late June baby is what I'm thinking, because I will most likely be doing a C-section again, because I was told in Ben's birth that I probably wouldn't be able to do a natural birth ever because the way my bone structure is. His head got stuck in like my pelvic area and it wouldn't come down. He was stuck there for like 5 or 6 hours. I was stuck at 8 centimeters, so I just wasn't dilating anymore. So that will probably happen again. I'll probably have another C-section, and I'm fine with that. I can schedule it, plan the day, and to go through all that stuff, all the labor all over again. Unless the doctor says I can go natural, which I'm iffy about VBACs. I just heard horror stories and I don't even know if I want to do it. So yeah, so let's go on into symptoms. I'm going to look at my app and tell you how big baby is. Okay, so 13 weeks, 2 days. Baby is the size of a lemon. So I'm using the Bump app. I don't know if you can see it. So I'm using the Bump app, and I'm also using the, what is it called? The Ovia pregnancy app. I prefer the Bump app though. It just has more detail and it's just a little bit more fun, and you can store all your pictures, your weekly pictures in it. I have all my pictures from Ben still, and then I also took my weekly pictures of Ben himself as he grew up, so it's kind of cool that it lets you do that. So it's the size of a lemon, about 7.4 centimeters long. I think that's about like 3 inches, I think, which is really cool. To me, I feel like that's a little lemon. That's a small lemon. When I first got pregnant, I was very nauseous. I wasn't actually throwing up, but I was super nauseous and very tired. Actually, not so much tired, just more nauseous. Which was great because, well, it wasn't great, but it was okay because I was off at that time still with Ben. I was still on my maternity leave. Like a month and a bit, I was on maternity leave still when I first found out. So the majority of my first trimester, I was still off. So that was okay. I was at home. I didn't have to call in sick or anything like that. And then when that's kind of settled down, my nausea, but now I'm more just really tired. I don't know if it's because of the holidays. Oh yeah, happy holidays everyone. Hope everyone had a great Christmas, Hanukkah, whatever you celebrate. Hope everyone's had a great holiday. So yeah, I don't know if it's because of the holidays that I'm just zonked. Like the past week, honestly, I've had naps every day, which I didn't even do that in the beginning. So that's strange. I guess I'm just coming out of the first trimester, so technically I still have that slump to get over. And my head just pounds, like just headaches all the time. So I've been trying not to take anything for it, but I think today I'm going to have to take a Tylenol. Here and there I'll take Tylenol. I know you're okay to take Tylenol when you're pregnant, but it's just not good for your liver, so I try to avoid it. But what are you gonna do? Suffer with a headache? No thanks. So what else has happened? I'm already showing. I look back at my pictures with Ben and I'm showing as if I were like 15 weeks, 16 weeks pregnant when I was pregnant with Ben. That's how much I'm showing right now. And I'm 13 and 2 days. So that's crazy. And that's another thing. I'm so thirsty. Constantly thirsty. I can drink like 10 of these a day. Right now I have a little bit of lemon in it just to give it some pizzazz, but because I've been craving pop, but I'm trying to avoid pop. My weakness is Diet Coke, and that's very, very bad for you, especially when you're pregnant. So I'm trying not to. Every now and then I'll give in and have a treat, but I'm trying to avoid it. I've always been a good water drinker, but now that I'm pregnant, I'm just drinking more and more water. I've been breaking out a little bit more. You can't really see because I have makeup on right now, but most days I don't wear too much makeup. And breakouts, lots of breakouts. Some pretty weird cravings. Typical pickles. I cannot get enough pickles or sour things, like salty sour things like pickles. Or like ketchup, like the more ketchup the better. Like Frank's Red Hot sauce, I love that. Like anything like tangy, I'll eat everything that's tangy. It's just so good to me. And I try and stay away from it though, because I feel like, tell me if I'm crazy, I feel like it makes my blood pressure go up. Like I feel like I don't know, I might be crazy. I feel like my blood pressure goes up when I eat stuff like that, which is probably not good because with Ben, I had high blood pressure in my pregnancy. So I'm trying to keep that on the low side. My last doctor's appointment though, my blood pressure was low. So we'll see how it goes. So yeah, tangy things. Jordan and I were watching Entourage the other night. We were having a little Entourage and they were eating Captain Crunch. I was like, girl needs Captain Crunch like yesterday. So the next day I went out and got Captain Crunch and I've been eating it probably like 2 times a day ever since, which is bad because it's so sugary, but it's so good. It's just good. I feel like it's better than eating chips or something as a snack because it's cereal. But I've been loving cereal. I've been loving avocado on toast with egg and sriracha or Frank's. I'm gonna forget a bunch of things when I'm editing this and be like, oh yeah, I swear I felt the baby a few times, which is really early. I feel like not impossible, but very early, but I'm not sure. It just felt like kind of like flutters a little bit, so I don't know. Go ahead and show you my 13-week belly. Looking at a little bit there in the front. Can't really tell in the front. So that's it, guys, for my first pregnancy vlog. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please give this video a big thumbs up so I know, and don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss any of my new videos.